G'day guys, welcome to Military Arts. I'm Phil Bravery, and today I'm going to show you how we do a bit of nickel plating. Now the first thing we need to do is get rid of this nice shiny factory coat. Now the best way to do that would be to throw it into the sandblaster, which I'm going to do. But if you haven't got a sandblaster, another thing you can do is if you get a jar and fill it with sand, something abrasive. It doesn't have to be sandblasting sand, anything at the kids' play pit will do, just get rid of the cat feces. And then put it in a jar and attach it to a drill and let it run at a reasonable speed for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and you should achieve the same result. So we're going to throw these in the sandblaster, and I'm not going to show you all that because that's boring. Now, before I threw these through the sandblaster, I gave them a quick douse in acetone, so to get any grease and grime, because sandblaster won't cut through tape or oil or anything like that, so you need to remove all that stuff first, so a brake cleaner even. And then the idea of the sandblaster is we need to scuff up the area. You could sit there with a bit of emery paper if you wanted to, but I don't think you'd achieve the same result as we will get with just sandblasting it or tumbling them. So what we're up to now is we've just put the copper wire, these two charges together. This is the solution that we'll be using. Now I made this about a year ago, and it just gets stronger and stronger every time you use it. So to start it off, you have two nickel diodes. You put one on the positive, one on the negative, and it transfers from the positive to the negative, which will give you this green color. Now, if you want to do the solution, just look it up on YouTube. It'll give you the full instructions how to build it. Now, what I did though is I changed from the little strip diodes to this heavy one. I drilled a hole in it and I attached my copper wire to it. So this will last me a lot longer. And I think it's about, believe it or not, $17 for that. It's about 4 inches long and it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. We can transfer that to metric, but won't be the fun of that when you can do it. We get an old phone charger, and all I've done is dock the ends, so we've got now a positive and a negative. As you can see, the positive is hooked up to the diode, and the negative will be hooked up to this wire in a second. And because I haven't got all my studio kit together today, I'm just going to stop video here for a second. I'm going to drop it in the pot, and then I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Oh, but before we do that, I need to give it another quick, because I've been touching this with my oily fingers, so I need to give it another quick bath in acetone. It takes 2 seconds, but actually I'm going to cheat this time, and I have got some stuff left over from Duracoat that I use as a cleaner, and we're just going to get a quick spray with that, let it dry off, air dry, and then pop it into the solution. Okay, so here we are. We have attached the charges to the negative via the copper wire, which you can strip just a piece of normal wire cable, copper wire, you don't have to go buy it. And there's our diode attached to the positive. And we're going to plug it in, and away she will go for about 15 minutes. Now, we know it's going because we can see the bubbles coming off the negative, which is the charges. So as I said, we'll give this 15 minutes and we'll come back to it. Now, if you've touched your green solution for any unknown reason, go wash your hands. It's not good for you. Normally I would use latex gloves if I was doing a lot of this, but because I don't have to touch anything that goes into the pot, that comes out of the pot, I'll just put it straight through under the tap, and I put my lid back on my little pot of mixture for the next time. So here we are, it's been about 15 minutes or so. So what we'll do is we'll disconnect the power, and then we will undo the negative off this the charges. And oh, it's not looking too bad. Yep. Now they're not finished. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to give them a quick wash off in water under the tap and dry them, and then I am going to buff them. Okay, so to buff them I'll use a wire wheel. Might be able to show you that one anyway. Hang on a second. Okay, so here we go here. And you can see that's come up nice and shiny already. I can put a bit of polish on it later, which I probably will. This is just a really soft stainless brush that I'm using on here. It touches your fingers, you don't kind of rip all the skin off. Really good. You can't wait to see how I do the inside, eh? So if I put it like that, yeah, that ain't gonna work. I'll show you what I'll do in a second. Let's get these done and then I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, here we go with the inside. Let's use a wire rule, steel rule, put it on an old drill bit. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on it, you just need to work it around. We're only polishing it, I'm not trying to grind it. This is because I'm a lazy truck driver and I could not be bothered sitting there for hours on them with a Dremel and a wire brush bit. Don't put too much pressure on it because it'll grab it. And if it grabs it, it'll take it somewhere and probably break something on the way. And that means that I'll have to fix something or replace something, so we don't do that. Okay, look at that. She's polished all the way on the inside. And here we are. So we have here the stock standard ones, and now we have our nickel plated ones. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found a bit of information, some ideas on what you might want to try at home. Any questions, pop a comment in and I'll see what we can get back to you and answer them. Anyway, that's it for me. See you next time.